This is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and I, of course, watch some people's videos, and I don't know what the hell they do for a living, or I don't know what the hell they do out in wilderness or survival, but I bought these Survive knives. I don't know if it's a forum thing or not. Hell, I don't know or care. And it's a good knife. There's a few things I don't like about it, to be quite honest. Now, this is the 7.7, and I'm real picky about my knives. This is a very, very nice knife in hand. Has good feeling. Micarta handles, CPM 3V blade. Has a recessed lanyard thing. I don't know why the hell you would do that, because once you put a lanyard on it, wouldn't that obscure your hammering surface? But some people seem to think it's a cool feature, something that's necessary on a knife. I don't. It limits the size of the cord you're putting through there. It's just a pain in the ass, honestly. I mean, why don't you just put a fucking hole through it, make the handle longer and put a hole through it? Anyway, sorry. Why overcomplicate a turd? Sheath's really well made. Really like that. I really like the hole there, the drip hole at the bottom. Unlike the sheath from, I guess it's Blind Horse Knives that they put on the, some of theirs don't have holes out the bottom. And I'm really going to say, if you're going to put a non-stainless steel knife in a Kydex sheath, you might ought to have a drip hole out the bottom, not out the back like Blind Horse does it. And they don't even do it at the bottom. I don't know what the hell they do, what they're doing. They make great knives, though, so I put up with their little inconsistencies and their little stuff. This one's not going to get that good a review. I can't find a use for this knife. It's a very nice diminutive knife. It's very, very small handle, thin. Feels a lot like you're holding an oversized kitchen knife. Of course, it's rounded well, this, that, or the other. It has a finger choil in this, that, or the other, which I don't use because I don't choke up on a knife like that. If I'm going to choke up on one, I'll choke up on one fully if I'm going to have to do some detailed carving or want to do some weird little shit. And use it more like a stone tool. But this is the 7.7, and of course it has a 6.2 inch blade. This is not reminiscent of any of, like, all of his knives. The blade length, whatever, is not indicative of the name, because this is because of a friend of his that died, and I fully recognize all that shit, and I have lots of friends that died, and we do our own thing. We have, I've seen people that do mission plaques, all kinds of crap. Anyway, this is not a stainless steel knife. CPM 3V. It's something you're gonna have to take care of, which is fine. I really like the way he tied it all together. I paid for the notch there, and I did not pay for the ferro notch up here because, being an engineer, I understand that no matter what the knife's made out of, when you put a notch up here, you're actually weakening the spine of the knife. Hence, you've seen hoodlums break and this, that, or the other, and And I live in Oakland. I don't live in, soft woodland. So I live in oak, so I always go with the hardest thing I possibly can. I didn't know, though, that when I didn't buy the notch, that I was going to get something that was utterly useless with a ferro rod unless you use the blade. So this knife, if you want to strike a ferro rod, you're really honestly going to have to use the blade, which is not the right way of doing it. It's what people that don't know what the hell they're doing. It's kind of like using this as a chopping knife, using a 6-inch knife or a 5-inch knife as a chopper and going, oh, it chopped really well. That means you don't know how to fucking use the knife. Because you shouldn't be chopping a knife that much. You're wasting way too much energy, and there are lots easier ways of doing things. And people are, what? It's a CPM. It's the product of this, that, or the other. No, actually, the reason this thing won't strike a fucking ferro rod at all in any way, shape, form, or fashion, because I thought the notch was just something that you add on to make it strike more surface area of the ferro rod, because, of course, the ferro rod is a cylinder. And so if you put a notch in here, you're going to strike more surface, so you're going to put more spark. Nope, that's not the way this works. This works if you don't buy the ferro CM rod notch. This motherfucker won't strike shit. No matter how you do it, ever. And I mean, this is not a camera trick. Nowhere, anywhere, not on the anywhere is it going to do it. Now, that's not because of the metal the knife is made out of. That's because of the mechanics of actually the construction of the knife. The back of the knife is actually rounded there, and if you can see that angle glinting back at you, that is actually what is striking the ferro rod and will not cut because it's been rounded. There's no way in hell I'm going to carry a $270-some knife out in the fucking woods and just have some primitive ass wood deal and have something where this knife could not at least strike a ferro rod. Now, I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about, because this is a Mora knife stainless steel force. And of course, this has my back modification, which I did the video on before a lot of other people have. In fact, I think I was the first person about modifying the damn Mora knife on the video. But, you know, apparently people watch my videos. That's good. Take it. I'm not doing it right because I'm pulling the damn knife. See that? But that's how you do it. And you can do it every time. Stainless steel knife. Woo! This is not a stainless steel knife. This is a CPM 3V. And the blade, it's just not going to happen. This is for gadgeteers. And I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to do shit that I don't do out in the wilderness. You're going to have to be in places apparently I don't go, like in the backyard, and use this knife, or you're going to just have to use it for a batoner or something. Because if this knife won't do a few more jobs than just two, which is be a knife and then have a notch, which I can actually make out in this, there, or the other, then it's like kind of tits on a boar hog. I'm really a big subscriber of the rule of three. I used to not be, but I've gotten older and my back's gotten hurt. So, you know, I don't know who this knife's made for, but whoever it is, more power to you, and I hope you like it. To me, it's a waste of $270-some, and I would never recommend any of this knife for my friends, my teammates, anyone that goes out. And when you're in a situation where you have to make fire and you have to make it quickly, this is, you know, it's just what it is. It's a 6.2-inch knife that won't do anything else. You know, if you buy the notch, that's cool. I live in the oak forest. I would never, ever, ever, in the strongest part of a knife, put a big round notch. So this is my survived knives video. I know this is going to go against a bunch of the big internet people who get paid for this shit, but you know, I do this for fun, and I pay for all my products I buy. I don't get given shit. I don't get loaned shit. I don't do this, that, or the other. And I've told everyone that tries to give me shit and loan me shit where they can go jump in a lake, because I do this, you know, my own way. I don't want sponsorship. I wish people would stop contacting me about this, that, or the other. I don't want to do business with you. I don't want to be in a partnership with you. I don't care about your products. If I don't buy from you and I'm not going to pay full price, then your products probably suck that bad. But anyway, to all the people in who you know who you are that watch these videos for this specific reason, This is a gadgety little thing, and he does a great job, but he's got a long way to go in the survival bushcraft world to make something that I can buy a ton of knives that won't do shit. Have a good one. And oh yeah, and pay a lot less than $273 or $275 or whatever the hell this knife cost with $15 shipping. Have a good one.